doing hundreds, we going insane. Pointers. Yeah, homies got me pointers. We get awards, but we get God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions. Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory, straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
Feeling like I can't miss. Baby, it's all in the wrist. You really wanna be the boss, it's expensive. Ain't the real champ if you never defend it. Put in that work, I'ma make them remember. I just broke down hella trees, yelling timber. Stand in the line, they put me in the center. It blow their mind when they see how I'm winning. Went back and doubled up, now you in trouble. My all hustle, my diamonds are huddled up. TGOD got this off the muscle. That's me about my life, man, I love it. Got so many rings, I need room for another one. Been through the pain, now it ain't no more struggle. My team win the game, put our face on the cover, brother. We the champions.
Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory, straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll keep our eye on A.J. Terrell.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Herbert now. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. To throw again on second down. Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. So a long field ahead for the Falcon offense as they head out. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
Well, so much for being backed up against their goal line to start the drive. He gave some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage. And oftentimes, if you can get past the initial grouping, there's a lot of room to run. The defense actually fortunate that didn't go farther.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's Lawrence. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A look at the numbers for Lockett from a week ago. Comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to take him out of the game plan. We cannot let him do that to us.
And down he'll go at the 25. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. This running game's sure for them, and they know that it helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Escape, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends of what we've seen so far.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Lawrence, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. The numbers for Mixon last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're sixes.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 3rd and 2, Herbert. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
1st and goal from just inside the 5. McCaffrey is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Mixon with a first down carry. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The Eagles at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, You got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he's got this down to the 35. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Out of the gun, Herbert. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And it's knocked away and incomplete. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. They'll run with Mixon. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. It's Mixon on the counter. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. A handoff running left. Mixon bulldozes past him and down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 4-yard
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Herbert. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
Kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups. right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time, and that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's going to take this close to the 1st down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 24. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. This a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Lawrence's throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Holding, offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Lawrence. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. On 3rd down, Lawrence. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Falcons are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. This offense certainly moved quickly. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And this time he is in for a Falcon touchdown. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good to make it 17-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Fielded just outside the goal line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up?
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Mixon up the middle. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient at picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
A handoff to Mixon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Mixon. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Herbert. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 1st and 10, Herbert dumps it off to Mixon. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a first and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. On second and goal, Herbert, his pass caught at the 4. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Now it's Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. From the left hash, a chip shot here. McPherson's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Lawrence. Touchdown! Tyler Lockett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. He's got a man, complete. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. Where was the home team who were able to hold serve and get a victory in their stadium? Lamar Jackson, a touchdown pass in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. Dalvin Cook, a touchdown run in the victory. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the 27, Lawrence. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Daron Payne gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw here, Herbert. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds.
That's a gain of 4.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? You can't go with the quicker guy and sometimes even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, here's the option. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's 4th down. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 64 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
If the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Again, McCaffrey. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now Lawrence. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. Just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. Back to Mixon on second down. And he's going to be met on the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that with no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 108 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now it's Mixon running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Joe Mixon. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Herbert. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. McPherson's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They go play action with Lawrence. And this one is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Back to Mixon on second down. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Here's A.J. Cole now, standing just outside his own goal line. Averaging over 50 yards of punts so far as this one's away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that's off the mark, incomplete. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That is incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Lawrence. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Here's Lawrence. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. To the air again, Herbert. And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Dallas Goddard. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Now Lawrence on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Lawrence, open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On 1st down, Lawrence. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Lawrence going to throw again. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Amari Cooper, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Herbert now. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football. Lawrence on 3rd down. Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.